You're now tuned into Lonnie's Bigfoot Stories podcast. Your stories out of his mouth.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Lonnie's Bigfoot Stories. The way this works is you guys basically send me your Bigfoot stories, and I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them almost like a first-hand account. So I'll sit on them for a couple days and get to know the stories inside and out, and that way I'll be able to tell them like they're my own. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to hear somebody read. I've heard tons of podcasts where people sound like they're reading these stories, and it's just brutal, man. I mean, nobody wants to hear nothing like that. This whole thing kicked off basically because of my Uncle Ronnie's Bigfoot encounter back in 1984. And I got to tell you, that man could tell a story. He'd have us all hanging on the edge of our seats. I picked up a lot from him. He was kind of like a hero to me, you know. He's the kind of dude that, you know, when he talked, people listen. And you laugh. You laughed your ass off, you want to know the truth. Basically, the way this all came about here, this podcast is, he had a Bigfoot encounter back in 1984. And my cousin, when he would retell it, he'd tell it a bunch of times. And then we all got together for Thanksgiving dinner one time, and one time in 1984. And my cousin, he brought his boombox over. He set it up on the table, and he recorded my uncle telling it. And that tape sat in his hall closet for like 39 years. Been 39 years. And I was at work one day, and about a couple months ago, when a guy we were talking, he was saying something, he saw some stuff on Bigfoot, and I said, hey, my Uncle Ronnie, he had an encounter. And I told him that whole story about it, and he's like, I said, yeah, we got a recording of it too. And he said, hey, man, you need to upload that to the internet. On Facebook, they got all these Bigfoot groups. Post it there. Went on Facebook, and lo and behold, man, there's tons of y'all out there. I had no idea how many Bigfoot groups there were. And all the administrators were really cool. They let me post it on there, and people liked it. I was blown away. Nobody was rude. Everybody was really cool about it. And I want to thank two people. I know they probably don't think I was going to do it, but I told them I would. On the West Virginia Bigfoot Facebook group, there are two people on there, Rita and Susie. They're the ones that said, hey, you should do this. You should start a podcast. So I personally want to thank Rita and Susie from the West Virginia Bigfoot Facebook group for your encouragement, because I was on the fence about it. Everybody in my family was like, you take a lot after Ronnie. Why don't you do it? Why don't you get on there and get other people's stories and tell them? And so here I am, y'all. So anyway, look, I don't want to take up too much more of your time on this. I want you to hear the Ronnie story if you haven't heard it already. We're going to cut to that in 1 second. But if you want me to tell your stories, contact me on either Facebook, Lonnie Trucks on Facebook, or you can just send right to my Gmail. My Gmail is LonnieTrucks101@gmail.com. And I'll get your stories. Like I said, I'll read them. I'll sit on them for about 2 days, learn them inside and out, so that way I can retell it the way you're getting ready to hear my Uncle Ronnie tell his story. Anyway, thanks a lot, y'all. Enjoy. Okay.
He ain't lies, mama. He saw what he saw.
You got that thing recording?
Go ahead.
All right. Get it while you can. All right. I know half y'all done heard this, half y'all ain't. And I'm gonna say this before I get into it. I know what I done saw, and believe if you won't, believe if you don't. It don't make a difference to me. Okay. Y'all weren't there. Greg and I were. Okay. I can't speak on Greg because he ain't here. This is what happened. 5 o'clock in the morning. And we're supposed to meet Smitty down on Owen's farm to head on out to go hunting, right? So it's about 5 o'clock. And Greg and I are sitting there. We're sitting in the truck, you know, trying to stay warm before we get out. And it turns around like 5:15 and Smitty ain't showing up. So we're like, all right, well, fuck him. I'm sorry, Mama. Sorry, y'all, kid. Okay, so we head on out. I can't guarantee I ain't gonna cuss during this, Mama. You know that. I'll do the best I can. Y'all plug your ears, all right? So Smitty and I, so Greg and I, because Smitty ain't showed up. So Greg and I, we head out. He goes west, I go east. And we got our spots out there, right? And typical day, we're out there all damn day, nothing. I mean, nothing. I didn't see a squirrel. I didn't see a bird. I didn't see shit. Right. Sorry, Mama. And it's starting to get dark now, and I'm like, all right, this is a bust, you know. I know Greg done fell asleep once or twice. I fell asleep a couple times. I mean, I lost about 2 hours of time. I fell asleep. I woke up. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm looking up. The sun's going down, starting to kind of go down quick, right? And then all of a sudden, right as I'm packing up my stuff, I hear wham! And right then, I'm like, well, hell yeah, Greg done got something. So I grab all my gear. I start hightailing it over to his side. I'm going up. Now, he's a lot further out there than I thought he was. You know what I mean? He's got what, about 65 acres out there. So I'm going over these old logs and brush and all kinds of thicket stuff, place I ain't at. And he's hollering at me. He's like, I got him. So I head up over there, and damn if he don't, man. I'm talking 8-point buck, and this thing easily weighed 155 pounds. Maybe 160. And we kind of look at each other because we realize it's getting dark quick, and we got to get this damn thing back to the truck. First of all, ain't nobody going to believe we shot something this big. And second of all, I don't want to be out here after dark like that. So he grabs one side of the points, I grab the other point. We start dragging this damn thing. We're huffing and puffing. And I'm going to say we're probably about, I don't know, quarter mile, something like that, away from the pickup. And out of nowhere, we hear the loudest. It's like a 2-tone pitch scream. Part of it was deep, like a lion voice, kind of, you know what I mean? And then another one almost sounded like an owl screech at the same time. Like, it was terrifying. It made the hair stand up on the back of my arm. I looked at Greg and I was like, what the hell was that? Greg said, I don't want to find out. Keep going. Just go. So now we're really huffing and puffing. I ain't never heard anything like that in my life. And his flashlight, he's got that little shitty Everready. The battery on that damn thing was down to its last little flicker. I mean, the light's going in. We're getting like a little yellow little circle about the size of a tennis ball, maybe 10 feet in front of us. That's how bright that damn flashlight was left. So we're running, we're shining there every now and then behind us. We don't hear anything though, you know. And maybe it's because we're running and crunching these leaves and everything. We get back to the pickup truck. And I'm like, all right, let's get this damn thing in there. So he grabs the front points and he gets up in the bed of the pickup truck, and I'm down on the ass end literally, and I'm trying to pick that thing up. And right then, as I bent down to grab the haunches and scoop it up under my arm, we hear that damn sound again. But this time, it's coming from the side of us, not behind us, but from the side of us. So wherever the hell that thing was, it had gone and was tracking us on the left-hand side, if you will. And I'm like, just get this thing in the truck. Let's get the hell out of here, Greg. Let's go. So we're pushing that damn thing in there. Flashlight's dead now. He gets in the truck, I get in the truck, and starts right up. And that's when we felt the headlights. When I hit the headlights on that thing, the headlights were going straight, and then all of a sudden, the whole back ass end of that sorry, Mama. The whole back end of that pickup truck sunk down. I'm talking about a foot and a half almost. I thought the tires were going to pop on it, and the headlights, it was leaned back like we were in a roller coaster. The headlights started to climb up towards the trees, and I was like, what in the hell? And we looked back, this damn BIGFOOT, Sasquatch, Yeti, whatever the hell you want to call it, it was standing on the side rear panel. It had pushed down on the back of that rear panel, and you know I got a 4-inch lift on that truck out there, pushed down with one arm, and grabbed that deer, and he spun, because the points were headed up towards the cab, he spun that deer around so the points were down towards the tailgate. He walked around towards the back tailgate, and his damn shoulders were every bit as wide as my tailgate on the back of that F-150 out there. Every bit as wide. I think Greg pissed himself. I know I damn did. He took that, you know how you take like a loaf of bread and you're ready to put that twist tie on it, and you kind of spin it with one hand and then you tuck it, right? He took that deer and did the exact same damn thing. He grabbed them points with one arm, lifted that thing up out of the bed, spun it around like a loaf of bread, and tucked it up under his arm. Like a running back in the NFL. Like he's going for a touchdown. And then he just looked at us and just let out that god-awful, horrible sound I never want to hear again for the rest of my damn life. And turned around and just walked. Not ran and walked, but he covered that dirt path and that little bit of field into the brush in 2 strides. It would have taken us 10 strides to get to the edge of that woods. He was gone. And guess what? We were gone too. I'll tell you that right now. Well, there you go. That's my Uncle Ronnie's story from 1984. Hey, look, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And listen, I'm going to be uploading these every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay? Send your stories in to either directly on Facebook, Lonnie Trucks at Facebook, or to my Gmail, LonnieTrucks101 at gmail.com. If I like it, I'm going to tell it. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.